Hi everybody, this is Emily from the NetZoom team, here to talk to you about modeling inter-site connectivity in NetZoom. NetZoom understands that connectivity is more than the cables connecting devices in your sites. More and more enterprises are using multiple sites, as well as branch data centers, to run their businesses. Whether you have a few small data centers in the same campus, or a sprawling enterprise with hundreds of small huts, NetZoom gives you the tools to not only model your sites, huts, and branches, but also the connectivity between them.
First, let's log into NetZoom. Enter your NetZoom application server URL in the web browser. Then enter your username and password.
Now we'll navigate to the Inter-Site Connectivity feature, found under the Enterprise Configuration tab in the Administration menu. This feature allows you to define the connections between your sites, huts, and branches. Inter-site connectivity in NetZoom is defined by paths, which represent a full connection between multiple sites, and segments, which are individual sections of a path. Paths and segments can be defined using this feature. To create a path between two sites, click the plus icon at the bottom of the Paths pane. A blank form will appear in the Details pane. Enter a name for your path. Then notice the From and To fields. If we click them, you'll see the Select Node option. Once we click that, you'll notice that the Site Explorer pane pops up. This is going to show us a drop-down list of all our sites and huts, as well as the data center tree for whatever the selected site or hut is. Select the site and node you want to set as the starting point of the path using the Site Explorer. You can select the site itself, a location, a rack, or a specific device or port that will be connected. We'll choose this rack for starters. Do the same in the To field, so select the destination of this path. Once you've selected your From and To fields for the path, click the Save button. The path will be saved and added to the Paths pane. Once you have created a path, you can route the path using segments and waypoints. Segments are individually defined sections of a path. To add a segment to a path, select the path you want to add a segment to in the Paths pane. That path's properties will appear in the Details pane. Click the gray plus icon next to Segment. A blank segment form will appear. Fill out a name for your segment. We'll just use Segment 1. And define the cable type, width, and color. We'll say that our cable is a nice green. The landing point will determine the segment's icon on the inter-site connectivity map. You can also give a segment certain attributes, such as long haul or backhaul fiber, and you can select the deployment icon of the segment as well. Click the Save icon up at the top to save your segment. Waypoints are coordinates you can add to your segments to exactly map the route of the segment from the starting to the ending point. To add a waypoint to a segment, navigate to the segment you want to add it to, and click the plus icon next to Waypoints. A blank form will appear, allowing you to enter the latitude and longitude of the waypoint. Click the Save button when finished. The waypoint will be saved to the segment, and the inter-site connectivity map will use the longitude and latitude provided to show more precise connectivity between your devices. Once you've added your waypoints, you'll notice a few controls here. The pencil edits the waypoint, the X deletes the waypoint, and the up and down arrows will move them up and down in the list if there are multiple waypoints. Inter-site connectivity paths, segments, and waypoints can be added en masse by importing data from an Excel spreadsheet. This is done through the Settings and Configuration Import feature, found under the Tools tab. If a segment is being used in multiple paths and has been predefined earlier in one path, you can reuse the existing segment. When adding a segment, click the darker cross icon. A list, Add from Existing Segment list, will appear, showing segments that have already been added in other paths. Select the segment you want to add and click the Assign button. As you can see, the segment is now added to this path. Finally, clicking the Preview Quick action will display a Google map focused on the selected path. A Google Maps instance must be properly configured for this to work. This map will show you the selected path and all its segments. If you are using waypoints correctly, it's possible to map the connection between your data center sites, huts, and branches on a street-by-street level, giving you maximum accuracy over modeling your inter-site connectivity. That covers the basics of mapping inter-site connectivity in NetZoom. Please check out our other videos for more tips on using your NetZoom product. And if you want to try out NetZoom in your own data center, visit netzoom.com to schedule a free demo.